Us accepting the report. If there's a bunch of people who want to testify, I'm going to have to hold the standard in place. So I'm sorry.
Well, you just said I could testify and have 2 minutes, and now you're denying me the right. So I think that's completely unreasonable for
All
me.
right, why don't you do this? Who are the other two who would like to testify on the
Cedric
report?
Wilkins, Nancy Newell, and Mimi German.
Okay, to the point of the report. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to just say, Commissioner Udaly, please leave the room. Thank you for following my instructions. Now I'll get to the report. My name is Lightning. I represent Lightning Super Watchdog X. First of all, I'd like to commend the Sister City group here that has presented their testimony. In my opinion, I would like to see the city donate to this group as much as they donate and give grants to Travel Portland, if not even more. I think what we have here from the relationships that can be developed and the time that they have put in is one of the most important things that the city can do as far as funding. I would like to see the mayor go to every one of these locations. I would like to see the funding provided for your travel, and anyone else that wants to go, I would like to see that funding provided. I think it's very important. I think it's very necessary, and it's continuing the ongoing relationships. This is a very important issue. I like what I see, and again, just from my standpoint, I want to see funding provided to this group. I want to see funding of no less than $1 million, if not up to $5 million to this group. I want to see travel expenditures put into place. This is a very important issue here, and I haven't heard the word North Korea. I would love to see somebody make that attempt. I would love to see somebody from this group to try to make that attempt. I would love to see somebody welcome them as our friends and talk to them in a reasonable manner and develop relationships. So we're not sitting in our chairs right now worried about what North Korea will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, my name is Nancy Newell. I live in Northeast Portland. A lot of you know me as an activist in the community, and I get things done. I'm appalled at the program of Sister City because, don't be hypocrites. We share with Japan radiation from our nuclear bombs. We're the only country in the world that have dropped them. We share nuclear waste from the electric plants, Westinghouse, who promotes continually these kinds of plants to operate with waste that we have no place to put, will be now trucked on our highways through every city in the United States. We have record breast cancer as a sister city in this city of Portland. We have Warren Buffett owning coal mines, owning them all, owning the railroads, owning the tracks, owning our utility, and we had blackouts 3 times this year with no excuses, with no explanation, with no amount of time that will be blacked out, possibly frozen pipes in the winter, and not a word is spoken. The level of hypocrisy with Warren Buffett is unbelievable. He is climbing up Mount Hood in areas that are banned from being purchased by any private interest, and he's being allowed to do that. Why has his license not pulled? He owns a coal company. California has gone from San Diego all the way up to our border to alternatives. It is cheap. It is doable. We can do this. We're not doing it at the rate we should. You should call in the Bonneville Power Administrator, who is not enforcing his role to keep the rates low and to do the efficiencies and the wonderful technologies. And this is all in behalf of sister cities that shouldn't be radiated and deadened by global warming. This is what a sister city is truly about. And don't interrupt me, Mr. Wheeler, because you gave Chase Bank, the Paulsons who were crooks that we bailed out, you gave them several privileges withholding the debt on our drinking water. And people can't even get drinking water, and children's brains can't develop. So please don't interrupt my time.
My name's Mimi German, and I do want to say before I start that this is about the 7th time that Chloe Udaly has not been in here during my testimony, and I don't know if that's legal.
I ask your leave.
I request that in the future Chloe stays in her seat when I'm up here testifying. So I want to make it known to the people who want Portland to be their sister city, that one of the things that we do in Portland is we have a mayor who is also the police chief, who hires police chiefs who put activists who want to protest for the rights of all of our community to remain in Portland against ICE. They put hoods on them. The police put hoods on our activists. They look like this. And they cover their faces in them. The photos are all online. And then they put headphones on them so that they can't hear. And then they threaten them with machinery, which is why they told them they put these hoods and earphones on them. This is torture. This is from, scenes of Abu Ghraib. And I want the people in all these other places around the world who think Portland is so awesome to know that we have not only one Nazi cop, but more than that, and we have police with a new chief who are using Abu Ghraib, CIA, Homeland Security torture techniques against activists who want to protect all of our residents from the ICE trucks. So I just wanted also to be clear that northern Japan is highly radioactive. This is not just me saying this. Feel free to speak to Arnie Gunderson or Paul at Beyond Nuclear. Have at it. All that food that's coming over from Japan is radioactive. That's not a lie. It's not hyperbole. So to get in bed with the foods of Japan is dangerous to everybody's health.
Thank you. Call the roll. Call the roll.
Fritz.
Thank you very much to those who testified. It does come to us that we do need friendships all over the world and have more niche that we don't as a city in England. I might have to work on that. But I was actually glad to see the Red Cross of St. George's part of Barcelona, so I'll count it as that. Thank you. Thanks for everybody. It's all volunteers raising money for these good works. Thank you. Bye.
You Daly?
Way to show up, Chloe.
Thank you for your reports.
Excuse me, please stop interrupting the deliberations, Mr. Walsh. You know the rules.
So thank you to all of our volunteer sister city organizations for the outstanding report. I agree with Lightning. I think this is something that each member of council on some cycle should have an opportunity to do. And I'm creating quite a bucket list of things I intend to do next spring or next summer. And one of them is I'd like to go to the Netherlands because after all I'm Dutch. And I've actually, in 59 years, never set foot in the place where most of my family came from. So, Mayor, I'm going to volunteer at some point to go represent the city. And but I've never been to that part of the world, and I would love to do it. The other thing I wanted to share with my colleagues is the new president of Portland State came to visit me yesterday. I know I think I was the 4th or 5th member of the council he visited. And he's a very interesting, compelling person, and he shares with us his vision for PSU. And one of the things that I love is that he wants it to become a global university. And he said that his priority, one of his 3 priorities, is to require that students do a semester abroad. And Mayor, I was thinking about the challenges of that. A, it means you have to have a lot of private money to underwrite those kinds of things. B, you have to have a lot of connections. But I was reflecting today after this excellent presentation that we already have these sister city relationships. And so what if we took our networks through sister city relationships